Si Harry Roque, talaga naman po, tumatahol din. Ang lakas tumahol nitong si Harry Roque ngayon. Bakit, mga kababayan? Dahil nga po, nung siya po ay pinakontempt ng House, dahil nga po sa ayaw niya mag-submit na nga pinapasubmit sa kanya, wherein, nung una po, sabi niya gano'n, na siya po ay papayag, mga kababayan. Pero ngayong nasa labas siya at ayaw magpakita, marami po siyang ngaw-ngaw dito po laban sa mga kongresista natin. Panoorin muna natin yung pinakauna kung paano siya po na-contempt, mga ka-GP. Play ko lang.
Chair, this omnibus motion and compliance is made up of two parts. The first part is the motion to quash, that is from paragraph 1 to 33. And the second part is the compliance to the show cause order, which is reflected in page 34 to 43. This representation wished to make a manifestation with respect to the motion to quash filed by the attorney Harry Roque. In support of the above motion, Mr. Chair, he raised the same arguments which have been deliberated upon already during the last hearing. And to satisfy the requirement of due process, Mr. Chair, let me reiterate our answers to the arguments which he raised. First, that the hearing is not in aid of legislation. In answer to that, let me explain, Mr. Chair, this Quadcom was created to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation pertaining to 4 issues which are haunting us. One is dangerous drugs. 2 is extrajudicial killing. 3 is the en masse acquisition of land. And 4 is the POGO operation. In other words, Mr. Chair, we are indeed in exercise of our power to conduct inquiry in aid of legislation which is granted by no less than the Philippine Constitution, Mr. Chair. Second, Attorney Harry Roque argued that the documents requested are not germane to the inquiry in aid of legislation. Again, in the case of Arnold versus Nazareno, there are 2 requirements. One is materiality to the subject matter. And second is materiality to the possible legislation. With respect to the first requirement, Mr. Chair, it is the humble submission of this representation that the Quad Committee has established an overwhelming circumstantial evidence showing the connection of Attorney Harry Roque to Lucky South Corporation, which is a POGO operator where we apprehended Chinese nationals victims of human trafficking, murder, and internet scam. Mr. Chair, at the height of the interpellation, we ask about the Biancham Corporation, which owns the property in Tuba, Benguet, where the IT employee of this Lucky South was apprehended. And that is where we started investigating Biancham. And then it was followed by our investigation on the subsidiary companies. As we investigate on Biancham, Mr. Chair, we found out the sudden increase of his assets in 2018, coming from 125,000 before 2016. In 2018, the current assets of Biancham rose to 125 million. At the
Laki.
height of the interpellation, Mr. Chair, Attorney Harry Roque articulated that his money did not come from POGO operation. To emphasize, Mr. Chair, that statement did not come from Quadcom, did not come from this representation. Instead, it came from the mouth of Attorney Harry Roque. This is an admission, therefore, Mr. Chair, that he admits the connection of these documents which we are requiring from him from the investigation on POGO operation that we are conducting right now. To further explain, Mr. Chair, it was admitted that he was the presidential spokesperson during that time with a very limited income. And then we asked him, where did this 65 million came from? Where did this money came from? And he could not explain except that he sold a certain property in multinational company in Parañaque. To conclude, Mr. Chair, there is a question about the source of the money of Biancham Corporation, which belongs to Attorney Harry Roque. And following his question, if he will not be able to prove the legal and valid source of this sudden increase of assets of Biancham, then there is a reasonable ground to believe that indeed he is connected with Pogo operation and this money possibly came from the Pogo operation. The second element, Mr. Chair, is the materiality to the possible legislation. And during the last hearing, Mr. Chair, we reiterated ano po ba ang mga batas na posibleng aamyendahan, muling pag-aaralan in connection to this Quadcom hearing. And we cited RA 3019. This is the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act na baka sakali na ang ating mga government officials ay nakurap because of this Pogo operation.
Correct.
We also have Code of Professional Responsibility of Government Officials that we need to revisit already. The provisions of this law to make sure that the government officials and employees do not deviate from what is being mandated by the Code of Professional Responsibility of Government Officials. We also have anti-money laundering. Kulang po ba ang probisyon ng anti-money laundering? At nagkaroon ng mga transfer ng huge amount of
Baka
money.
napansin niyo, hindi ako masyado nagko-comment kasi na-comment ko na yung gusto kong sabihin dyan sa mga previous vlog natin. I believe kaninang umaga. So baka redundant na masyado. Okay? So panoorin nyo na lang yon mga kababayan tungkol po dyan.
Money in spite of the existence of this law. We also have corporation law. Bakit po ba nagagamit na shield ang mga corporation in perpetrating illegal activities?
Correct.
We can also consider, Mr. Chair, the Code of Professional Responsibility and Accountability for lawyers.
Tama.
Ito po ba'y saklaw pa if the lawyers already protecting illegal activities of their client? In addition to this, Mr. Chair, we have established already the need to revisit the laws such as the PSA Charter, dahil naabuso po ang ating batas patungkol sa late registration, our immigration law on visa issuance, the PAGCOR Charter on licensing of POGO, and the cybercrime law or RA 10175. Mr. Chair, to proceed, another argument that was raised is the right to self-incrimination. And I wish to share again the case of De La Cruz versus People. Napakaliwanag po sa batas na ito. When we speak about the right against self-incrimination, we're talking only about testimonial evidence. And this time, Mr. Chair, what we are asking are documents. The documents which he promised to produce during the hearing of August 22, 2024. Fourth, Mr. Chair, he invoked the right to privacy. And again, in the case of Standard Chartered Bank versus Senate Committee, citing the case of Sabio versus Gordon, the right to privacy is subordinated to the right to public information in matters of public interest. In other words, Mr. Chair, if there is a conflict between the right to privacy versus the right to public information on matters of public interest, the latter should prevail. Mas mataas po ang right to public information on matters of public interest kumpara sa right to privacy. And finally, Mr. Chair, he invoked the right to due process. This is the purpose of our hearing, to give ample opportunity to our
Correct.
resources speaker to explain their side. We satisfy amply the requirement of notice and even the requirement of hearing. But we are all witnesses. He has been dispensing his opportunity to be able to explain before the Quad all the possible allegations which are being imputed by this investigation. Mr. Chair, I wish to add as well, as part of this manifestation, that when he filed the motion to quash, prior to the receipt of the written subpoena, wala pa pong written subpoena na tinatanggap si Attorney Harry Roque. Nag-file na siya ng motion to quash. Why? Because he knows already during the meeting that he expressed his commitment to produce the documents.
Exactly,
Please-
kaya hindi po siya pinadala ng subpoena for those documents, no? Kasi nag-submit na siya, na ibibigay niya po yung mga dokumento. Kumbaga, when you say submit, he offer himself na magsasubmit po siya or ibibigay niya yung mga dokumento, ipapasa niya sa house. Kaya hindi po siya pinasahan o hindi siya sinendan ng subpoena to bring those documents.
reason why we issued the subpoena. To my humble opinion, Mr. Chair, he waived already his right to receive the written subpoena. Second, Mr. Chair, during the last hearing, we extensively discussed his arguments and our answers why we denied his first motion to quash. And third, Mr. Chair, in this motion, omnibus motion and compliance, siya po mismo ang nagsabi. Same arguments ang ni-raise niya. As a matter of fact, he said he is refiling the motion to quash. In other words, Mr. Chair, lahat po ng nakasulat dito ay nasagot na natin during the last hearing.
Correct.
I therefore submit, Mr. Chair, that we should deny this omnibus motion, particularly the motion to quash, because this is already moot and academic.
Yun.
I submit, Mr. Chair.
Thank
Shout
you,
out, Jam
Congressman,
Castillo.
Luistro.
So ayan na nga mga kababayan.
Congressman Flores.
Mr. Chair, as extensively discussed by Congressman Luistro, stating the grounds why we are in the right as far as our requests for him to submit these documents, and his continued refusal to submit these documents to this Quad Committee, Mr. Chair. I move, Mr. Chair, that we hold Harry Roque in contempt, Attorney Harry Roque in contempt for refusing to submit the document subject of the subpoena duces tecum, and of which he has manifested that he was going to submit to this committee, Mr. Chair. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Ayun. So ayun mga kababayan, nagkaroon ng motion to cite in contempt itong si Roque. And of course, that's where this video coming from. Diba? Alam naman natin mga kababayan na dahil nga po dyan ay si Harry Roque
And that Attorney Roque should be detained in the Women's Correction. Women's Correction. Hindi po. Ano lang sa bikutan natin. Mr. Chair, sorry po sa pagkakamali.
So, is that a motion
Marlene
na-
Valencia.
And
Di ba?
that
Oh.
Attorney Roque should be detained in the Women's Correction. Women's Correction. Hindi po. Doon na lang sa bikutan natin. Mr. Chair, sorry po sa pagkakamali.
So, is that a motion na...
Okay. So ayan mga kababayan, napanood yan ni Harry Roque. Siyempre ngayon, ang bruha hindi po nagpapatalo. Umiimbyer na. Ang sabi niya ngayon mga kababayan, siya daw po ay pinupolitika at yung mga kaalyado ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, wini-witch hunt daw ang mga member na mga tagapangtanggol o mga tagatahol ni Duterte. Okay, ito po yon. Panoorin natin dito. Ang kulit nito eh. Oh, nasa na ba yun? Nawala. Aha. Wait lang. wait lang. Nawala. Ma'am Leticia Fernando, mamaya na ako magre-reply sa comment mo ah. Ito po. Nagpatalastas pa nga.
Reaksyon kasi di ba Opo, Kong, pahingi naman ng reaksyon kasi di ba ikinontempo ninyo si dating Secretary Harry Roque, ano po? Palaban din po siya. Sabi niya magkita tayo sa korte. Hindi na raw siya pupunta dyan sa committee po ninyo.
Na tinawag niyang kangaroo court.
Ha?
Oo.
Well, karapatan naman yun na pumunta sa Supreme Court. Pero na-contempt po siya kasi dalawang hearing na po hindi siya sumisipot. Last week at saka ngayon. At saka meron po kaming hinihinging mga dokumento, lalo na doon sa mga papeles sa korporasyon niya at saka dun sa pag-aari ng mga asawa niya, hindi po siya nakapag-submit. So that is why the committee decided kagabi na, kahapon rather,
Opo.
na cite him for contempt because of these two violations. Una, yung hindi
Okay,
niya
mga kababayan, di ba yan ang sinasabi? May karapatan si Harry Roque na tumanggi na hindi siya pumunta sa house. But the problem is, mga kababayan, he was already cited in contempt because of the tawag doon, dalawang consecutive absent na ginawa ni Roque. So ngayon, kung ayaw niyang umattend dahil nga dalawa na yon, so pinauhuli na siya, pinahunting. Ito ang sagot ni Harry Roque.
Is the recent Quadcom hearing. Bucor Senior Superintendent Gerardo Padilla changed his statement and confirmed that he previously talked to former President Rodrigo Duterte after 3 alleged Chinese drug lords were killed in Davao. Here's the report.
Dito po sa aking affidavit.
Bureau of Corrections Senior Superintendent Gerardo Padilla previously denied accusations that he talked to former President Rodrigo Duterte in 2016. Recall that inmate Leopoldo Tan claimed that he heard Duterte over the phone praising Padilla for the death of the 3 alleged Chinese drug lords in the Davao Prison and Penal Farm in 2016.
Ayan,
But in the
pakinggan nyo,
Quad Committee hearing yesterday, Padilla changed his statement and admitted that Tan's claims were true.
Ang tumawag
Isipin ninyo mga kababayan si Padilla nung una nagsinungaling siya dahil sinabi niya yung kanyang pamilya ang dahilan, natatakot siya. Ngayon, kung nagpalit siya ng statement, wala tayong magagawa doon. At siya yung may, siya yung may kagustuhan sa sarili niya. Tapos sabi ni Roque, hindi daw tama yon.
sa akin ay ayon sa boses ay dating President Rodrigo Roa Duterte at sinabing congrats Superintendent Padilla. Job well done, pero grabe yung ginawang dinugahan.
So why did Padilla change his statement? He said he had to lie for the security of his family. Padilla also pointed out former Criminal Investigation and Detection Group Central Visayas officer and PCSO General Manager Reyna Garma as the one who called him about the operation in the prison. Garma, who was also present in the hearing, belied Padilla's accusations. She said this call never happened at all.
He lied on the first hearing. The second hearing, because he was detained, might be he realized that sa kanya lahat ang siyang may kasalanan. He need a fall guy. And it's easy to just blend on the facts presented during the first hearing, and it's easy to say he feared his life.
Garma broke down in tears after the committee cited her in contempt. A lawmaker has filed a motion to send a request to the National Telecommunications Commission for the call records in 2016. Meanwhile, the Quad Committee has cited former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque in contempt
Ito
again.
na.
This is because Roque failed to submit the necessary documents asked by the committee about his properties. Some lawmakers theorize that Roque got richer because of his alleged connections to Pogos. The committee will detain Roque in the Congress until he submits the documents. Roque said this is a witch hunt against the Dutertes and their allies.
Ang iniimbestigahan dito, Pogo. Ano naman ang kinalaman ng mga personal records sa Pogo na yan? Samantalang, yung aming family corporation na Biancham, binuo yan 2014 pa, wala pa sa Pilipinas ang mga Pogo, no?
For News
Mga kababayan, maliwanag yung sagot ni Harry Roque dito. Na ano daw ang kinalaman ng kanyang dokumento, ang iniimbestigahan daw ay Pogo. So wala daw kinalaman yung kanyang mga papeles. Bakit diyan ka nagpapaliwanag, Harry Roque? Dapat nagpapaliwanag ka, hindi diyan. Nagpapaliwanag ka sana doon po sa Quadcom kasi sila yung nagsasabi na may kinalaman ka at yung pagtaas ng pera mo, di ba? Katakataka yan. Parang Ruhina din. Mga kababayan, ang daming yaman. Ito, ulitin ko ulit yung kay Harry Roque at pagmasdan nyo ang kanyang pagmumukha na talaga naman makikita ninyo na itong si Roque parang hindi na nakakatulog. At sigurado po tayo sa susunod si Harry Roque ay makikita po natin ito na yung susunod na magtatago. Okay? Panoorin po ulit natin.
against the Dutertes and their allies.
Ang iniimbestigahan dito, Pogo.
Tingnan
Ano
mo ka.
naman ang kinalaman ng mga personal records sa Pogo na yan? Samantalang, yung aming family corporation na Biancham, binuo yan 2014 pa, wala pa sa Pilipinas ang mga Pogo, no?
For News 5, Marian Enriquez.
Yun nga mga kababayan. Okay. Roque. Hindi ako abogado pero ito yung sagot ko sa'yo. 2014, itinayo yung Biancham. Pero, ito kasi yung katakataka. 2014 tinayo yan. 2016, ang pera lang ng Biancham, 125,000. Isipin nyo mga kababayan, itinayo ang Biancham 2014. Talon tayo. Ang pera ng Biancham 2016, 125,000. Wherein, ako, mga kababayan yung pera na yan, sisiw lang yan sa ibang mga vlogger. Pero, ang katakataka ay yung racket na tawag dito. Diba? Racket. Yung pagtaas po ng pera. Yung race. Pagbilis. Ang bilis po ng pag-angat ng kanilang kita. Biruin mo from 125,000 in just 2 years, nagkaroon po ng 125 million pesos ang Biancham. Kita nyo nung una, from 2014, wala pa ang Pogo. 2016, wala pa rin ang Pogo. Mga kababayan, kung iisipin nyo, 2 years, 125,000 lang ang pera mo. Nung nandyan na ang Pogo, nagsisimula na, iba pa pangalan yan. From 2016 to 2018, parehas po ng layo, 2 years parehas. Pero yung agwat ng pera, 'di ba? Sky high, rocket sky high talaga. Ang bilis po ng pag-angat from 125,000 to 125 million. Hindi ba kayo nagtataka nun? So kung wala kang tinatago, mga kababayan, madali naman yan Submit all your documents. Diba? Pag ayaw mong maibsa publiko yan at mga congressmen lang ang makakaalam nung pera mo at nung mga transaction, para hindi maisa publiko, pwede ka naman na mag-request ng executive session kung wala kang itinatago. Dahil ayaw mo lang, Mr. Chair, ayaw ko lang makita ng madlang people. Ito po yung mga dokumento na kailangan na hinahanap ninyo. Kung walang mapatunayan, di absuelto ka. Yun lang yun bakit ayaw mo? Nung una sabi mo, yes Mr. Chair, I humbly submit my documents that you needed. I will. Sabi mo. Tapos biglang-bigla, ayaw mo nang makita. Diba? Bakit nabahag ang buntot mo? Bakit biglang nagbago? Is there something wrong? Are you hiding something? Yun lang yung mga tanong doon. Bakit biglang umangat yung pera mo? Ang pinapaliwanag mo lang naman, Mr. Chair, kasi kami ay nagbenta ng multi-millionaire na lupa dyan sa Paranaque. Okay, nandun na tayo, pero maaari bang maging palusot mo? Kaya tumaas yan dahil nang hiram din ako sa tsahin ko. Nasaan yung tsahin mo? Patay na po. Paano pa magsasalita yon? At saka nung nanghiram ka, wala bang dokumento yan? Pwede ba yon? Hiram-hiram na lang, pera-pera, walang dokumento? Sa panahon ngayon, ultimo nga 20, mga kababayan, 100 Kailangan ma-witness pa. 'Di ba? Oh. Sabi ni Daday Maranan, Sir Idol, baka babae po yung unang pera ng anak na. Eto pa nga, Dadoy. Magtataka ka, oy, sinaing nyo, baka sinaing yan. Magtataka ka, dahil 2018, 125 million yung pera, 2019 tumakbo siya bilang senador, natalo po siya. At doon, nag-negative pa siya. 'Di ba? Nag-negative. Pero 2022, nagbigay pa siya ng pera ngayon kay Sara Duterte ng magkano? 36 million at tumakbo pa rin siya bilang isang senador na walang-wala na siyang pera. Diba? Skyrocket. Tama po, skyrocket. Yung kanina, nanguurat lang ako. Diba? Mami's M Vlogs or Mami M's Vlog. Thank you so much po. Skyrocket. 'Di ba? Yung speed of money nitong si Harry Roque sobra po yung pagbulusok. Talagang kung wala kang itinatago, that's very easy to explain. Yun lang yun, mga kababayan. Bakit ngayon, sabi ni Harry Roque, wala daw kinalaman. Yun nga ang inaalam eh. Dahil nga ito ay in aid of legislation, then therefore mga kababayan submit all the documents that they needed. 'Di ba? Para nang sa ganun maisampal mo sa pagbumuka nila na wala ka talagang kinalaman sa Pogo. Otherwise, 'di ba? Ikaw ay talagang ang pera mo ay nanggaling sa Pogo. Kaya napaka-imposible din. Bakit kailangan yung gumamit ng napakaraming dami? Ginamit si AR. Gumamit si Attorney Ortega. Magpapalipat-lipat, mag-hire ng mga tao, tapos katakataka na yung IT nang hinahanap nila, mga kababayan, ay bakit nandoon nahuli sa Tuba Benguet? Diba? Hindi naman sabi mo yun ang pinapaupa mo. Ang pinapaupa mo, yung kakilala nun, bakit siya napunta dyan? May bantay ka rin naman doon, bakit hindi mo nakita? Bakit hindi mo sila nasundan? Sabi mo pa nung una, hindi na po akin yan. Pero I have a plan to get that property. Hindi ko po itinatanggi yun. Yun naman pala, sa inyo rin pala yun. Paano mo kukunin ang sarili mo? Sa inyo yun. Di ba? Tapos, biruin nyo, mga kababayan, 2019, balik tayo sa 2019, na bankrupt ka. Nag-hire ka ngayon ng yung taga-Turok. Tapos ikaw pa ang nagbibigay ng allowance. Ikaw pa ang nagpapaaral. So paano yun? Ganun ka ba kalaki ang pera mo? Roque? Yun lang mga katanungan namin. Kung hindi totoo, yung mga pinagsasabi ng mga congressman, show it to them. 'Di ba? Ikaw ang magpakita. At dapat maging eager ka pa nga dahil masisira mo yung kanilang kredibilidad pag napatunayan mo na hindi totoo yung kanilang hinala sa'yo. Where in fact, you are the one that mentioned about the money, where it coming from. Sabi mo, hindi po ito nanggaling sa Pogo. Ito po ay hard-earned namin. Hindi naman nila sinasabi sa'yo na nanggaling ito sa Pogo. Pero ikaw po ang pumutak. Diba? So madaling sabi, mga kababayan, nauhuli ang isda sa bunganga. Okay? So salamat po sa inyong lahat mga ka-GP. Thank you so much once again. Sa lahat po ng mga nag-like dyan, thank you. Sa lahat ng mga nanood at sumama sa aking kabaliwan, maraming salamat po. At magandang gabi. Magkita-kita po tayo sa mga susunod nating vlogs. Bye guys!